He called Abe up after that, with applause of about 500 people, and Abe said, "Thank you," and walked away. Well, Mr. Diamond wasn't having any of that. Mr. Diamond said, Abe, come back up here. This is your night. I want you to say something to inspire the young people of Staten Island. And Abe got back up, and he said, and I'm almost quoting verbatim, he said, "I don't know what I can tell you." He said, "Look at me. I'm a 5'0" Jew." And he said, "I started running because the Italians in Rosebank would chase me." Only he didn't say Italians. He used a word that's not socially acceptable any longer. Mr. Diamond jumped up and said, "Thank you very much, Abe. You can sit down now." Track came into my life, as Andrew said, in the 60s, and I can honestly say I don't know what my life would have been like without it. It has given me much more than I gave it. It's given me lifelong friends, and after I infected my family with my disease, it rewarded me by being able to watch each of my daughters star for some pretty good teams at Notre Dame Academy. It gave me a sense of immense pride in seeing the accomplishments of my grandchildren on the track. And it allowed me a sense of satisfaction in seeing those competing in the sport I love, being able to get some public recognition for their accomplishments. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't single out my most ardent supporter throughout all those years, my very patient wife, Patricia. She probably knew what she was in for when one of our first dates, I took it to the Eastern States Championships at the Armory. And yet she still married me. Tolerated my obsession with the sport for more than 50 years. And basically, pretty much to shut me up, even tried running one race, which did not end well. She's been the family cheerleader at scores of meets over the years, and has even developed a semi-attachment to the Diamond League meets and competitions on TV. So it is with her and all my family and friends that I would like to share this award. Once again, thank you to the Staten Island Running Association for this moment. It means more than I can express in words. Thank you very much.
Great friend to the sport. Our next honoree is also a great friend to the sport. And to present the Abel Kiviat Award to our next worthy recipient, I'd like to call on Braden McGinley of Susan Wagner and Dylan McGinley of St. Peter's.
The Abel Kiviat Service Award is being presented to a member of the running community who always gives back. This recipient started out running at Tottenville High School and ran cross country and track from 1996 to 2000. She then ran cross country and track at Binghamton University. Currently, this Tottenville math teacher works as the head coach for the MSIT girls cross country and track team. Prior to working as head coach at MSIT, this coach assisted at Port Richmond, Tottenville, and MSIT. She is an active member of the Richmond Rockets Running Club who has served in the following roles: Treasurers 2006 to 2010, President 2010 to 2017, and the head of the scholarship committee.
The Richmond Rockets Scholarship Fund, started by Patricia Moore, presented $25,000 in scholarships to Staten Island athletes. Patricia Mulligan is a positive influence who always gives back to the running community on Staten Island. She has had a great impact on many young runners, including myself. I now work for St. Peter's Boys. We both have been successful in this sport as a result of her influence, guidance, and support. The Abel Kiviat Service Award is awarded to Patricia Mulligan.
Patricia Mulligan. Let's hear it for him. Guys, over this
Wow, this is a big crowd. First, I'd like to thank Jeff Benjamin and Mike Schall, who both do an amazing job putting this dinner together. When I was a youth, like many of the people here, Jeff also ran a dinner. It was a SIAC dinner. It included the Triple Crown Awards. Jeff remembers it well. That's the first time I met Bill Rogers, like 1993 or something like that. Got his autograph, also met the late Tom Fleming, also met Steve Scott, right Jeff? Yeah, Steve Scott here, many years ago. A lot of people don't realize how long Jeff has been bringing legends to Staten Island. It's not a new thing, it's been going on since at least the early 90s, right Jeff?
You're good. You're good.
I know myself.
Let's not go last century here. Let's.
Congratulations to my co-winner, Lou Bergonzi, co-coach at Monsignor Farrell. I also like to thank the Kiviat family for recognizing my service to the Roman community. I can't forget about my family. My family has to constantly put up with arranging get-togethers around the running schedule of Staten Island. My parents are traveling right now, weren't able to make it. My aunts and uncle came. Thank you so much. Lastly, I'd like to thank just the general Staten Island running community. There are so many races and events here within the community that do so many great things. There's a lot of high schoolers here. If anyone's looking for more community service, my team is scared right now because I'm constantly asking them. But there's so many opportunities to give back to the running community. All the local races need help. I saw Dave Pansy here. He reaches out to me to get volunteers for his races. The trails need to be maintained. Bill Allard's here, who makes me find physical labor for the Clove Lakes trails. CYO needs volunteers. So if anyone in high school is looking for more community service within the running community, it's easy, it's fun. Please see me.
I want to call upon Art's son, on ball the fourth. Before Art speaks, we'd like to ask the following people to come up. Bob Beeman, Michael Cassidy, who broke Art's record, and Tony Galato, one of the captains of the North Shore Track Club.
Thank you, everyone. This is the third year that the Art Balls award is going to be given out to two very distinguished gentlemen. I have the pleasure to introduce the first. I'd like to call up Coach Lou Vasquez. Cross-country, indoor and outdoor at Barry High School. And Coach Lou was the coach at Bishop Ford. And all his teams were fierce, just like him. So please give it up for Coach Lou.
I would like to thank the Staten Island Running Association, Jeff Benjamin, Mike Schnall, and the Art Hall family for selecting me for the Art Hall Memorial Service Award. Thank you to my family that has allowed me to give so much back. But this award really doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the people before me. People like Marvin Johnson, Jay Korn, Warren Ring, Harry Murphy, Kurt Steiner, Frank McCartney, Ed Bowes, Vic Narara, Bill Welch, and of course, my dad. They, like many others, were the ones who gave so much of themselves to the sport we all love. They allowed me to grow through my running, coaching, directing events over the past 40 years. And I have been lucky enough to pass this gift that they all gave me, not only to my 2 children, but as well our youth and high school runners over the year. You see, tonight for me, it's always been about our kids. So when Jeff takes over your Instagram, your Facebook, your cell phone texts, when you've already received 9 of his phone messages and you sent him the voicemail, and you get that 10th call and you're about to send it to voicemail again, remember next year, it's about the kids. When Lauren Pomerano and our Ocean Reach staff, the Icon staff, USATF New York put on events, it's about the kids. What you sometimes don't see is the hours and hours of preparation that lead up to an event. And there are times that you may not agree or understand, or the event wasn't perfect, but don't ever think, even for a second, whether you're at OB, Danny, or Icon, that we are not thinking about the best interests of our kids. I've been asked numerous times, what do you do and why do you do it? I remind myself time to time about the Youth Jamboree at Icon Stadium many years ago. It wasn't by far one of my better organized events. We were short-handed and didn't have enough officials, especially in the clerking area. Anyone that's worked with 8 and under, as well as 9-10 age group, know it's not an easy task getting kids to the right place at the right time for their events. The meet had many children running in their first meet. The meet went on. We had 2.5 hours of nonstop clerking and checking in. Instructions, guns going off as children ran nonstop, race after race. Finally, I was able to see an empty clerking area. No more children as we prepared for the relays. And I was standing there, catching my breath, exhausted, knowing I still had 6 more hours to go, but happy I was through the hardest part of the meet. I soon felt my legs being wrapped around, and as I looked down, and right before me, right before I could say a word, a little boy looked up at me and said, "It looks like you needed a hug."